Okay, y'all. Okay. I'm about to tell y'all what happened. I can finally tell y'all what happened, but it was wild. So listen, I got a good one for y'all today. So stay tuned. Hey y'all, it's Bernita Rochele, and welcome to my spoken word and conversations, honey. And listen, I'm gonna put this out here. This is for educational purposes only. This is for nothing else. I'm just gonna tell you my experience because remember, on this channel, we have real life experiences, relationships, for the mature, conversations that need to be had, enlightening conscious awareness, and breaking generational curses with a whole lot of funny, honey. Okay, so this is what happened. I told y'all I couldn't tell y'all until I got my thing. So I got my thing uh today. I just checked the mail and it was in there. Okay, this is your, let me see how I can put it. Your PC. Okay, your PC. This is what we're talking about. Now I put the words up there at the top, right? Okay, so anyway, I went. And so I went to get it. And so the man that I had, I did my training on the computer because that's what happens. You have to do your training on computer. I've had this thing for 15 years. Okay. I've had my PC for 15 years. I think it's 15 or it's 10. No, it's the first time I went, the second time. Yeah, because you go every 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. And this is my third time getting it. All right. So anyway, I go do the training. I pass the training with 90%. Because you have to know the steps. You have to pay attention because the questions can be tricky because it tells you how to use it at certain times, right? And when you can use it, when you cannot use it. But you can never use it when someone is running away. And you have to make sure that you go away from the situation. You cannot run into a situation unless you have a loved one that may be in that area. Okay, keep that in mind. So anyway, I get to the place. I get to the place and the guy, he seemed really nice at first. And I was like, something ain't right. Y'all, he gave me a target that was the size of this. This is a 8x10 paper. Let me just sing that. That's a 8x10 paper, right? This man gave me, now this is after the fact because after he tried to flunk me, I was like, oh, heck no, I know that I am a good target. Now, this is for educational purposes only. This is not to say anything about anything. Do you hear me? Okay, we want to make that very clear as to what I'm doing. So this man, this is a 8x10 right here, right? Y'all, he tried to flunk me. He said I only had 20 shots. Now here is just, because it was so far back. I could not get that. So these right here are added on. But when I went, these were the only two. It was like one here that I could hit because for some reason I couldn't. I hit one right there. You see that right there? Okay. So because it was so small and I was like, wait a minute, something ain't right. I said, can you give me a bigger target because something is not adding up here? And I said, I don't like how this is. I was like, I need to get another target. And so we go to ask the man, and this is a range that we were at. And he said, can we get a sheet? And I'm the only one in there. It's all melanin. And I don't know if this guy was Spanish or whatever, or native. It was tricky. I couldn't really tell, or he was mixed with something that was Caucasian, white. And I said, my guy. So he says, ask the guy that was at the range, can we buy one? The man says no. Now, when I come up in the place, I was all like happy and all this stuff. But they were not They didn't even say good morning. I said good morning, but I already know who I'm dealing with, so I just be like, hey, whatever. So anyway, we go in there, and he tells me that I'm gonna use this, and I'm looking. I said no. I was like, this? I said, I've never used anything like this. I'm thinking this man was cheap and just was cutting back on some stuff. I don't know what he was doing, but I was just like, no, I was like, no, but okay. If this is what you say, this is what you say. So I could not hit that because for one, I hadn't went. What I normally do is I go and practice, and I normally go like maybe once a month or some, or once every 2 months to do what I do, just to let off steam, right? So he was like, oh, you only got 20 shots. And I said, what? It was just all messed up. I said, what? And I know that I'm not hitting this thing because it's the whole size just threw me off because it's an 8x10 paper versus one of the things. So I said, he was like, oh, you only got so many shots and then that's it. And I said, wait a minute. So what you saying is if I don't get these 20 shots on her that I'm finna flunk? I was like, oh, no, we finna cut this. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm about to go and go practice because I know that I'm a good target. I said, I'm going to go and practice and I'm going to come back. And so when I went and practiced, y'all, I knew that I was good. But this right here, what he tried to do was trick my brain because he shot it so far. This is an 8x10 paper. So then I go to my range and I go and I shoot. I do pow pow, and this is what I do. Right? This is for educational purposes only. Do not take this as anything else that I'm saying to you. I'm just telling you with some fishy shit going on. So then I said, well, okay, I know I went after I told the man, okay, it's a wrap. I'm not doing this, whatever. And then what I was telling him was, now I said, do you have somebody else that I could see? And he made it seem like he couldn't. So we go back and forth, whatever. So then we end up wrapping it up. Y'all, when I go to this other range with this guy, I had to go way out. And I wasn't scared because I'm protected. I'm not scared of nothing. I have no fear, and that's just the way it is. So I go in there and the people, I'm the only one up in here again. And I'm like, the guy was really rude. So what I did was I showed him what I did. I said, I need for you to give me a bigger thing. This is when we were on the phone. I said that when we were on the phone, kind of going back, I said, because something ain't right. So then so before we go in there to do the actual thing again, because I was ready. This man has such an attitude. Do you hear me? The man was like, Bernita, you're yelling and all this. And I was like, what? Y'all, it was like I was in a movie. This shit was so funny. I was like, what? I said, wait a minute. I said, I don't know who you think I am because you see this brown. I said, but I'm finna wrap this up with you. I'm finna get up out of here and I'm finna give you this money and I'm about to get out. The man was like, no. I said, well, I don't even know what's wrong with you. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Y'all, it felt like I was in a whole different world. I don't know what the hell was going on. Honey, I said, what is going on? I think that people got this persona about us that they think that we're all ratchet and raw. Now, we can be. I could have gave that to you. But since I know what I'm dealing with, why the hell would I give that to you? So as it goes on, because I started wrapping my stuff up, putting my thing in his word, in my little thing, I'm like, I'm finna go. He was like, no, Bernita, this was like I don't even know what the hell. I don't know. So if you think what I'm saying confused, that's what the hell I was. Okay. So anyway, honey, we get to, I get to showing him and stuff and, dun. And the further he try to push that, thing back to where I couldn't hit it, I got it. But I already knew, and I would be like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so let me show you. So anyway, this is my target that I had to pass with. Okay, so, I mean, you see that, right? Okay, so I'm like, what the hell was going on? So when I think about this, I think he really didn't want me to pass. And I also think that he thought that I was going to be, because he was like, oh, you probably just need some more training. I'm like, what? I know what I do. I know how often I practice. Y'all, it was some fishy to that. But anyway, I got my PC. Got my PC. I had to renew it because I done had it for like 15 years. Like, what was going on, honey? It was the oddest thing. I don't know. He was going out and coming back in mentally. I was like, listen here, I don't got time for this. I am not a therapist. I have taken a psychology class, honey, but I am not here for that today. All I'm here is to get this thing. But the man was talking crazy. Listen here. At this point, I know something ain't right with him. I can just do what I need to do and I can get away. Because I don't even know what the hell we're in. We're in some kind of strange land. And I got a video about that. We're in strange times. And so you try to walk, but you're not a doormat. Let's just make this very clear, because I was like, listen here, I'm about to wrap it up and I'm about to go. I had to get firm like that. I'm about to go. I'm about to put my stuff in because I don't know what is going on here right now. But then he was like, okay, Bernita, okay. It was almost like oh my God, it was almost like some dominatrix shit. I don't even know what the hell. I don't know. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life. I was dying I got in that car and I called my son. I was like, son, I don't know what the hell this was. Oh, but anyway, I passed. I knew I was going to pass because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do, and I know what I can do, y'all. But that was so funny. It was funny. And y'all can make these out of laughable moments because something ain't right with all of them, okay? It ain't right. It ain't right, but that's all I got. Thank you to my new ones and thank you to my day ones. Y'all been riding with a girl and I am so grateful. Well, that's it. That's all for me today, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Hey, y'all, it's Bernita Rochele and welcome to my spoken word and conversations. Hey y'all, it's Bernita Rochele and welcome to my spoken word and conversation